Did you know that some of the nuts we consider superfoods could silently harm your health as you enter your 60s? Dear friends, in our 20s, we could eat anything and sleep however we liked. But as we reach our 60s and 70s, our bodies become less forgiving. A small dish can disrupt our sleep, and a seemingly healthy food can cause subtle changes that linger for months or even years. Among these, one group of foods is often misunderstood: nuts. They're praised as superfoods and nature's treasures. Indeed, some nuts are wonderful gifts, rich in vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and antioxidants. Yet, within this group, there are hidden dangers: inflammation, interference with medications, spikes in blood sugar, liver damage, and even memory loss. A study from the American College of Cardiology found that consuming the wrong types of nuts over time can increase cardiovascular disease risk by up to 48%. This is especially concerning for older adults with weakened immune systems, declining liver and kidney function, and daily medications. So the question isn't, should we eat nuts? But rather, which nuts should we eat? This video will help you identify 4 types of nuts to consume daily for stronger bones, improved memory, heart health, and digestion. Warn you about 5 common nuts that can be dangerous for seniors. Understand the biological mechanisms and potential impacts on internal organs. Provide honest, practical, and easy-to-apply advice. Watch closely until the end, as we'll reveal the most dangerous nut, one that's common in many households but silently harmful. Every day. This isn't just an informational video. It's a gentle yet earnest reminder. Good health in old age doesn't come from luck, but from daily informed choices. Let's begin. Nuts to eat daily after age 601. Almonds, a natural shield for bones, heart, and brain. Almonds may be small, but they pack a significant nutritional punch. For seniors, they're not just a healthy snack, but a silent companion helping maintain bone flexibility, a steady heartbeat, and mental clarity. Why are almonds essential after 60? Rich in calcium and magnesium. Protects bone structure. After 60, bone density decreases rapidly, leading to osteoporosis and fractures. Almonds provide excellent natural calcium to build and maintain strong bones. Magnesium aids in better calcium absorption and prevents misplacement. Antioxidants protect the brain. Almond skins contain flavonoids that, combined with vitamin E, neutralize free radicals, primary culprits in neurodegeneration, memory loss, and dementia in the elderly. Healthy fats support heart health. Monounsaturated fats in almonds help reduce bad cholesterol, LDL. Increase good cholesterol, HDL, improve blood circulation, and protect blood vessels. Fiber improves digestion. With over 3.5 g of fiber per serving, almonds support bowel movements and reduce constipation, a common issue in less active seniors. Optimal usage. Consume about 15 to 20 almonds daily. Soak overnight for easier digestion and chewing. Add to nut milk, porridge, or grind into cereal. Powder. Walnuts. Comprehensive nutrition. For brain and sleep in old age, it's no coincidence that walnuts resemble the human brain. Nature subtly hints at their special benefits for the brain and nervous system. For seniors experiencing memory decline, restless sleep, and irregular heartbeats, walnuts are indispensable. Why are walnuts dubbed the brain food? Rich in plant-based omega-3, ALA. A 28 g serving provides 2.5 g of ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that protects nerve cell membranes, enhances signal transmission, and prevents brain damage. This helps seniors maintain memory, clarity, and focus. Powerful antioxidant polyphenols. Antioxidants in walnuts neutralize harmful free radicals, which contribute to brain aging and neurological diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Naturally, high in melatonin, improves sleep quality. Melatonin regulates sleep and often decreases with age. Eating walnuts in the evening can help seniors fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and wake less during the night. Supports cardiovascular health. Walnuts contain arginine, an amino acid that dilates blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and improves circulation, crucial for those with hypertension or heart disease history. Reduces inflammation, prevents neurological degeneration. Walnuts have natural anti-inflammatory properties that soothe chronic neural inflammation, a leading cause of cognitive decline in old age. Effective usage. Eat 7 to 9 walnut halves daily, about 28-30 g, preferably in the evening. Consume directly, blend into nut milk, or mix into porridge or oats. Store in a sealed container in the refrigerator to prevent oil oxidation. Pistachios. Lower blood pressure. Protect eyes. Control blood sugar and mood. Pistachios are not only delicious but also among the most biologically valuable foods for seniors. Each small pistachio contains a wealth of nutrients that protect the heart, enhance vision, and effectively control blood sugar. Why prioritize pistachios over other nuts? Abundant potassium stabilizes blood pressure. A 28 g serving contains nearly 285 milliliters of potassium, a vital mineral that dilates blood vessels, reduces water retention, and naturally regulates blood pressure, key to preventing strokes and heart failure in the elderly. Eye protection. Prevents age-related blindness. Pistachios are rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants concentrated in the retina, reducing the risk of macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness in those over 65. Natural antioxidants, slow aging. The green and purple shells indicate strong flavonoids that reduce inflammation and protect cells from age-related damage. Stabilize blood sugar, support diabetics. High in fiber and low on the glycemic index. Pistachios slow sugar absorption, stabilize insulin, and prevent post-meal blood sugar spikes. Usage. Eat about 49 pistachios daily, 28 g. Choosing unsalted varieties. Enjoy as a snack, or add to salads and oatmeal. Brazil nuts. Selenium-rich. Super nuts. Protecting thyroid and nerve. Cell's Brazil nuts are among the rare natural foods rich in selenium, a trace element essential for many bodily functions, but often deficient in seniors. They help regulate thyroid hormones and play a crucial role in slowing nerve cell aging. Special benefits: highest selenium content among plant foods. Just one Brazil nut can provide up to 137% of the daily selenium requirement. Selenium activates antioxidant enzymes, regulates metabolism, reduces cellular stress, and maintains stable nerve function. Protects the thyroid. Stabilizes mood and energy. The thyroid controls temperature, energy, and mood. Selenium deficiency is a leading cause of hypothyroidism in seniors, manifesting as fatigue, cold extremities, forgetfulness, and mild depression. Maintains mental clarity. Prevents brain degeneration. Selenium protects myelin, the protective sheath of nerve cells, supporting reflexes, memory, and alertness. Slows cellular aging. Selenium slows the shortening of telomeres, the protective ends of DNA strands, thereby decelerating genetic aging. Safe usage: only 1 to 2. Brazil nuts per day are sufficient. Do not overconsume. Eat raw, not over-roasted to preserve healthy oils. Store in the refrigerator to prevent oxidation and nutrient loss. 5 dangerous nuts seniors should avoid. After identifying the nuts beneficial for daily consumption, it's crucial to be vigilant about those that can silently harm senior health. Some commonly used nuts, though seemingly healthy, contain harmful elements that increase chronic inflammation, damage the liver, interfere with medication absorption, or trigger adverse bodily reactions, especially in seniors with existing health conditions. Peanuts, the hidden enemy. In Vietnamese kitchens, peanuts are a familiar staple in many Vietnamese meals. From peanut salt for the elderly to fragrant roasted peanuts on the dining table, they're considered a rustic, nutritious dish. However, the truth behind this nut is quite different. Silent and risky, especially for those over 60. Why are peanuts extremely dangerous? Prone to aflatoxin contamination. Peanuts grow underground, where moisture and microbial environments promote the growth of Aspergillus flavus mold. This mold produces aflatoxin, one of the most dangerous toxins known in nutrition. Aflatoxin can destroy liver cells, mutate DNA, and increase liver cancer risk. For seniors with weakened liver function, long-term aflatoxin accumulation is a serious threat. Triggers chronic inflammation. Peanuts are high in omega-6 and low in omega-3, causing significant imbalance. Excessive omega-6 intake without balance can activate chronic internal inflammation, leading to joint pain, atherosclerosis, and memory decline in the elderly. Interferes with blood thinners. Many seniors use warfarin or other anticoagulants. Peanuts contain vitamin K, which directly affects blood clotting, potentially reducing medication efficacy or causing serious clotting disorders if uncontrolled. Affects liver, pancreas, and blood lipids through industrial products. Peanut butter, packaged peanut snacks, and butter-fried peanuts are often produced with cheap oils, high salt and sugar, and preservatives. Regular consumption introduces a cocktail of risk factors: increased blood sugar, bad cholesterol, pancreatitis, and fatty liver. Carcinogens formed at high temperatures. When peanuts are roasted at high temperatures, acrylamide, a compound warned by WHO for its carcinogenic potential, can form. This is especially common in over-roasted crunchy snacks that seniors often chew out of habit. Detailed advice: minimize or eliminate peanuts from your daily diet if you're over 60. If necessary, choose fresh, lightly roasted peanuts without burning. Mold or signs of spoilage, stored in airtight containers in dry places. Absolutely avoid industrial peanut butter or packaged, oil-roasted, salted peanuts. Prefer nuts high in omega-3 like walnuts or pistachios as alternatives. Cashews, sweet and easy to eat, but they disrupt metabolism. In seniors, cashews are undeniably tasty, soft, creamy, and mildly sweet. Many elderly individuals enjoy cashews as a snack alternative to candies, believing it to be the healthier choice. However, beneath the pleasant flavor lies a number of hidden health risks that can significantly affect metabolic function, kidney health, and heart performance, especially in older silent yet high glycemic index. Prone to post-meal blood, cashews have a higher glycemic index than most other nuts. In just a 28g, 1-ounce serving, there are nearly 9 grams of carbohydrates, most of which come from fast-absorbing starches. For people with prediabetes or insulin resistance, consuming cashews can lead to fatigue, drowsiness after meals, and over time, poor blood sugar control. Rich in oxalates, a contributing factor to kidney stone formation. Oxalates are compounds that can bind with calcium in the kidneys to form crystals, eventually turning into kidney stones. Older adults with reduced kidney filtration function, low water intake, or a history of kidney stones are at higher risk. For them, cashews can be a direct contributor to stone development. Low in fiber and antioxidants. Compared to almonds, walnuts, or pistachios, cashews are relatively poor in dietary fiber, vitamin E, and flavonoids. This makes them less capable of protecting the body against oxidative stress, one of the key drivers of aging and chronic disease in the elderly. Commonly industrially processed, with added salt, sugar, or oil. Most cashews on the market today are roasted in oil, salted, or even caramelized. These methods turn an otherwise decent nut into a burden for the liver, heart, and pancreas. Overconsumption of such versions can silently accelerate organ wear and tear. Real-life reactions from consumers. Many seniors who have incorporated cashews into their daily diet have reported symptoms such as bloating, increased thirst, mild hypertension, or dull aches in the lower back, typical signs of kidney stress or sluggish digestion. Specific recommendations. Avoid eating cashews regularly if you have diabetes, prediabetes, or a history of kidney stones. If you still wish to consume them, choose only raw, dry-roasted, unsalted cashews. Limit to no more than 1 to 2 times per week, with less than 10 cashews per serving. Do not use cashews as a replacement for omega-3 rich or antioxidant-rich nuts like walnuts or almonds. Drink plenty of water and engage in light physical activity after eating to reduce the risk of oxalate crystallization in the kidneys. Macadamia nuts. Delicious, rich, luxurious, but also a double-edged sword. Macadamia nuts, with their tough outer shell and rich buttery interior, are often dubbed the queen of nuts. Many elderly individuals, especially those from middle and upper-class backgrounds, see macadamias as a premium health gift. Yet behind their refined taste and sophisticated appearance lie some serious nutritional risks, particularly for older adults who are less physically active or have issues related to heart health and blood lipids. Why macadamias can be dangerous. For seniors. Extremely high in calories, causing silent weight gain. Just 28 grams, 1 ounce, of macadamia nuts delivers nearly 200 kilocalories, equivalent to a full bowl of white rice. For seniors with sedentary lifestyles, eating even just a few spoonfuls per day without proper portion control can result in unnoticed weight gain. Visceral fat, liver fat, and blood lipids may quietly accumulate without any immediate symptoms. High in saturated fat, 3 GI per ounce. Unlike almonds or walnuts, macadamias contain relatively high amounts of saturated fat, the type of fat that raises bad cholesterol, LDL, in the bloodstream. This increases the risk of atherosclerosis, arterial blockage, and heart attacks, all of which are common concerns for people over 60. Hard and crunchy, can damage teeth and gums. For older adults with weak teeth, dentures, or gum problems, chewing whole macadamia nuts can cause gum inflammation, gum recession, or even tooth fractures, leading to eating difficulties and long-term nutritional challenges. The oil in macadamias oxidizes easily when stored improperly because macadamia nuts are rich in oil. They spoil quickly if not stored correctly. Once oxidized, they produce peroxides and aldehydes, compounds that raise oxidative stress, speed up cellular aging, and can harm the liver if allowed to build up over time. High price doesn't equal superior nutrition. Many people assume that a higher price means better nutritional value. However, in terms of antioxidants, vitamin E, omega-3s, and fiber, macadamias do not outperform more affordable and nutritionally balanced nuts, like walnuts, almonds, or pistachios. A real-world example. A 64-year-old woman with a history of high blood pressure and lipid disorders received macadamias as a gift from her children and began consuming 1 to 2 handfuls daily as a snack. After 3 months, she gained 2.5 kg, 5.5 lbs, accumulated more belly fat, and saw an increase in LDL cholesterol and mild liver enzyme elevation. After removing macadamias from her diet and replacing them with pistachios and almonds, her health markers gradually improved. Advice for older adults: if you want to eat macadamias, limit intake to 3 to 4 nuts per serving, no more than 2 to 3 times per week. Always store them in a cool, dark, airtight container to reduce oil oxidation. Do not use macadamias as your primary fat source. If you need healthy fats, opt for olive oil, fatty fish, or avocado instead. If you have existing issues such as high blood lipids, hypertension, or fatty liver, consider eliminating macadamias completely or substituting them with lower-calorie nuts like pistachios or flax seeds. 4. Pine nuts. Tiny but capable of disrupting taste and medication. Balance in seniors' pine nuts are a common ingredient in European cuisine, especially in pesto sauces. With their small shape, mild buttery taste, and pleasant aroma, pine nuts may appear completely harmless. However, for older adults, they can pose several serious risks related to neurological effects, drug interactions, and taste disorders, issues that science has recognized for decades. Unexpected dangers from this tiny nut: pine mouth syndrome, persistent metallic taste disorder. Some individuals experience a metallic, bitter, or sour taste in the mouth hours to days after consuming pine nuts, even without eating anything else. This condition, known as pine mouth syndrome, can last 3 to 14 days, resulting in loss of appetite, poor taste perception, unintended weight loss, and emotional discomfort, especially distressing for seniors. Interferes with chronic medication. Efficacy. Pine nuts may reduce the effectiveness of statins, cholesterol-lowering drugs, antidepressants, and blood pressure medications, 3 of the most commonly prescribed drug classes for older adults. Certain lipids in pine nuts can interfere with the absorption, metabolism, or excretion of these drugs, potentially causing reduced therapeutic effects or unexpected side effects. Choking hazard for those with swallowing disorders. Due to their small, slippery size, pine nuts can be especially dangerous for seniors with dry mouth, often caused by anticholinergic medications or sedatives, or those suffering from dysphagia, difficulty swallowing, a common condition in people over 65. Accidental choking or aspiration can result in emergency situations or serious respiratory complications. Easily oxidized fats accelerate cellular aging. Because pine nuts are oil-rich, they oxidize quickly if not stored properly. Oxidized oils produce lipid peroxides, compounds that damage cell membranes, increase systemic oxidative stress, and speed up immune decline and tissue degeneration. Expensive yet nutritionally inferior. Compared to almonds, walnuts, or pistachios, pine nuts are much more expensive yet offer no standout advantages in antioxidants, fiber, or omega-3 content. In terms of health returns, they're a poor investment, both nutritionally and economically. A real-life story. A 72-year-old man began eating homemade pine nuts daily after hearing they were great for heart health. After a week, he lost his sense of taste, reported that everything tasted bitter, and couldn't finish his meals. He felt weak and lost 1.5 kilos, 3.3 lbs. After stopping pine nut consumption for 10 days, his taste gradually returned. Doctors later confirmed he had developed pine mouth syndrome caused by eating aged, poorly stored pine nuts. Recommendations for older adults. Avoid including pine nuts in your daily diet unless absolutely necessary. If used, limit to 5 to 6 nuts per serving, no more than once per week, and store refrigerated, sealed, and away from light. Completely avoid if you're taking heart medications, cholesterol-lowering drugs, antidepressants, or if you have any form of taste disorder. Prefer more stable, affordable, and safer alternatives like dry-roasted almonds or pistachios. Peanuts. The most dangerous nut on the list among all the nuts we've analyzed, peanuts stand out as the one that demands the highest level of caution, not just because of how widespread they are, but also due to the dangerous complacency many seniors have when consuming them. Peanuts are found in nearly every kitchen, from homemade meals to restaurants, and even in so-called healthy diets. Yet very few people realize that peanuts could be silently damaging their liver, blood vessels, brain, and immune system every single day. Why are peanuts especially dangerous for older adults? Their origin and growing conditions make them prone to contamination. Peanuts are not tree nuts. They are legumes that grow underground. This environment makes them highly susceptible to mold, particularly Aspergillus flavus, a fungus that produces aflatoxin, a neurotoxic and carcinogenic compound. As we age, liver function naturally declines, and aflatoxin becomes even more toxic. It can silently accumulate in the body for years and cause irreversible liver damage, a major cause of inflammation, and high LDL cholesterol. Peanuts contain a very high ratio of omega-6 fatty acids, with little to no omega-3s to balance them out. This imbalance fuels chronic inflammation, which is the root cause of serious diseases like type 2 diabetes, atherosclerosis, osteoarthritis, and cognitive decline. Interferes with chronic disease treatment. Peanuts are a natural source of vitamin K, which can reduce the efficacy of anticoagulant medications like warfarin. This interference may result in poor blood clot regulation, heightening the risk of stroke and heart attack, especially for those already on long-term medication. Can trigger hidden allergies, even in those with no known history. Proteins in peanuts can provoke mild yet persistent immune responses, including joint pain, chronic fatigue, skin rashes, or even shortness of breath in sensitive individuals. These reactions can occur even if the person has never been formally diagnosed with a peanut allergy. Peanut-based snacks are nutritional traps. Peanut butter, deep-fried peanuts, spiced and salted peanuts. All of these are typically loaded with sugar, salt, industrial fats, and preservatives. They place a heavy burden on the liver and heart, and contribute to spikes in blood sugar and blood lipids. Over-roasting creates acrylamide. Some overly dark-roasted peanuts contain acrylamide, a chemical compound recognized by the World Health Organization, WHO, as potentially carcinogenic and damaging to the nervous system over time. Why are peanuts considered the most dangerous nut? Because they are the most commonly consumed. Almost every household has them in some form, because people are the most complacent about them. Few believe that something so familiar and inexpensive could be harmful, because they combine the most risk factors: liver, blood, brain, and heart. All can be affected simultaneously if peanuts are consumed too frequently or improperly. Urgent recommendations for anyone over 60. Eliminate peanuts entirely from your regular diet. If you have liver issues, cardiovascular disease, high cholesterol, or are taking anticoagulants. If you must consume them, only choose fresh, mold-free, lightly roasted peanuts and store them in airtight containers in cool, dry places. Keep the quantity very small, no more than once or twice a month. Absolutely avoid commercial peanut butter, packaged peanut snacks, or flavored fried peanuts. Instead, switch to healthier alternatives like walnuts or pistachios, which offer anti-inflammatory benefits and higher omega-3 content. Just a little today, a little next week, but in a few years, peanuts could be the thing that sends you to the hospital, and you won't even see it coming. In summary, choosing the right nuts to nourish a peaceful old age. After everything we've shared, perhaps you've come to realize something simple yet deeply profound. Not everything labeled as nutritious is truly suitable for your body, especially when you've already lived through more than half a lifetime. Nuts, though small in size, can have an outsized impact on your health and the quality of your remaining days. Some nuts act like gentle medicine, quietly nourishing every cell. But others are the silent seeds of suffering, causing joint pain, liver distress, memory decline, or that faint, weakening heartbeat In the twilight of the day, after age 60, we don't need much, just to eat right, sleep well, breathe calmly, and keep peace in our hearts. And that right choice sometimes begins with something as small as a handful of nuts a day. Let's choose almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, like kind companions who walk with us through the golden autumn of life. And let us be brave enough to say goodbye to peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, if they no longer serve our body's needs safely. So here is a heartfelt message just for you. Take a few minutes to revisit that corner of your kitchen, your usual snack shelf. Ask yourself, is this nut truly nourishing me, or is it quietly hurting me? And begin making a change, gently but decisively, because living healthily isn't some distant dream. It starts right there, with the food on your plate today. Please remember, longevity is a gift of fate, but living long in good health is the reward for those who cherish their bodies with wisdom and care. If this video touched something in your heart, please consider sharing it. With just one click, you might be helping a father, a mother, or a loved one live longer, healthier, and happier. And if you'd like, leave a comment below. Which nut has been with you through the years? After watching today's video, are you thinking about making a change? Who knows? Your small story might give someone else the strength to begin their journey toward better health. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so you don't miss any more valuable insights on health, nutrition, and finding peace in your golden years. Wishing you lasting peace, long life, and vibrant wellness from the inside out.